Morgellons. This is a self-diagnosed skin condition in which individuals have sores they believe contain fibrous material. This is scientifically unsubstantiated. It is not well understood, and most medical professionals believe it is a form of delusional parasitosis. They contend that the sores are from the individual scratching, and since most of the fibers found appear to be made from cotton, that these materials are planted by the person themselves. So the question we ask ourselves today, is Morgellons a real phenomenon, or is it a self-induced psychiatric condition? You will have to decide for yourself. When exploring Morgellons, the first name that needs to be mentioned is that of Mary Liato, a mother who rejected the diagnosis of delusional parasitosis for her 2-year-old son. She was unable to find the right diagnosis for her son. In an attempt to find answers, some even brought allegations of Munchausen by proxy against her. This is a syndrome in which a parent pretends a child is sick to gain attention from the medical system. Liato went on to create the Morgellons Research Foundation in 2002, and in 2004 it officially became a nonprofit. The purpose of this foundation was to raise awareness and funding for research into this poorly understood illness. Within no time, thousands of others contacted her describing the same symptoms that she saw in her son. The foundation claimed that reports of Morgellons came in from all 50 states and 15 other countries, including Canada, the UK, and Australia. Statistics were gathered from over 12,000 families. She chose the name Morgellons, which is derived from a disease recognized in the 17th century by Sir Thomas Browne. In 1674, the English physician sent a letter with a description of children in a French village who would have black coarse hairs growing out of their backs, referring to them as Morgellons, with historical accounts of this dating back to 1544. This was the predecessor to the work later done by Dr. Ekbom, whose name is synonymous with delusional parasitosis, the belief that parasites are living under your skin. A definition of Morgellons was proposed as a spontaneously appearing, slowly healing, fibrous or ulcerative skin lesion with the key criteria being colored, white or black filaments protruding from or embedded in the skin. Sometimes these fibers can be so small that they have to be magnified 50 times to be visible. Patients can be put under a lot of scrutiny and are often accused of embedding these fibers into their own skin. Most medical professionals blame this condition on other neurodegenerative disorders that can cause delusions. These include vitamin deficiencies, medications, toxins, and infections like syphilis. Often drug use is used as an excuse for this condition, arguing that this is what brings about the delusions and behavior of patients. An interesting argument has been made that Morgellons may be caused by a Barilla infection. This is the same infection that causes Lyme disease. This is an autoimmune disease caused from bites of infected ticks. People with Lyme disease suffer from fever, headache, fatigue, and a characteristic skin rash. Morgellons is known as a self-diagnosed condition as it is not accepted as an actual disorder by medical professionals. Robert Bartholomew, a sociologist who has studied Morgellons, is quoted as saying, "The World Wide Web has become the incubator for mass delusion, and Morgellons seems to be a socially transmitted disease over the internet." This phenomenon is known as mass psychogenic illness, where physical symptoms can occur with no organic cause, spread to multiple people in the same social group. It is suggested this illness will spread throughout the masses until public concern subsides. But is this the case for Morgellons? How is it spread only by the internet when cases date back to the 16th century? Why would people go through so much pain and torment just to have this be a figment of their imagination? Let's break down the symptoms associated with Morgellons. Chronic or severe fatigue, difficulty concentrating, memory problems, muscle and joint pain, Formication, the sensation of an insect crawling on or biting your skin. This can lead to constant scratching and irritation of the skin, which can lead to slow healing ulcers on the skin. This leads us to possibly the worst side effect, and that's the photos you see of open scars on people's bodies. This, coupled with the sufferer needing to extract whatever is causing the problem, leads to horrific images of digging into open wounds to remove the fibers that patients describe as being embedded inside them. The impact of Morgellons is very pronounced in people claiming to have this. The physical symptoms of pain and fatigue, the mental drain and memory loss, the open sores and infections. And maybe worse of all is living like this and not having people believe you. Friends and family could claim that you fake this. Medical professionals will tell you it's a delusion and you're self-sabotaging yourself for attention or doing it subconsciously. But what if these people are wrong? What if all the pain is real? What if there actually are fibers growing under a person's skin? How frightening it must be to fight this battle, truly, alone. Morgellons was thrust into the national spotlight when famous singer and songwriter Joni Mitchell claimed to suffer from this condition. She was found unconscious at her home and rushed to the emergency room. Then it came to light that she claimed she was suffering from a mysterious health condition known as Morgellons. When interviewed by the LA Times, she is quoted as saying, "I have this weird, incurable disease that seems like it's from outer space. Fibers in a variety of colors protrude out of my skin like mushrooms after a rainstorm. They cannot be forensically identified as animal, vegetable, or mineral. I'm actually trying to get out of the music business to battle for Morgellons sufferers to receive the credibility that's owed to them." So there is the story of Morgellons. You've heard the evidence for and against this being an actual medical condition. There are plenty of case studies that have been conducted and testimonials from sufferers, even some that have brought national attention. With the closing of the Morgellons Research Foundation in 2012, and lack of a definite answer in medical acceptance, it is hard to say what the fate of this condition will become in the future. So what do you think? Have you been swayed to believe that this is an actual medical condition that deserves acceptance? Or is this something self-induced and a delusion of the mind? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Please subscribe and check out my other videos. Stay tuned for new content from Planet Phobia.